Thanks for watching Film Buff, really, honestly. It's fucking great.
Oh, hello, how's it going, guys? My name is FILMBuFF. Alright, so before I continue this 5-episode marathon, I need to thank the amazing patrons. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for sticking around. Much respect. And a reminder to anyone else, if you're interested in early access or full-length reactions, uncut from beginning to end, check out my Patreon. I'm almost caught up on Attack on Titan, but this applies to season 3 and also my next anime. There's gonna be another long-term anime series I'm gonna do. So check out my list on the Patreon page. But yeah, quick recap: Eren's in the forest. He sees Bertolt and Reiner, and then Ymir's there too. So excited to see how that plays out. So Smith is gonna lead the charge, huh? He's been out of the game for most of the season, alongside Levi. He's injured though. Moblet. Connie's mom? Oh. Is she thinking it as well? Did they cut his arms off? Or did he lose them? Oh shit. No, he didn't lose in a one-on-one fight, to be fair. Yeah, I've been here before. Ah, okay. And then Bertolt got it from the other guy. Yeah. Good move. Promoted? Oh shit, okay, I see what's going on now, man. Come on, man, you gotta speak now, Bertolt. Something's going on, man. Reiner's just like... Oh!
なんでマルコが
Oh my god, that's Marco?
食われてる。
Dude, this guy's been slipping in and out. He's been thinking that whole time he's a soldier.
壁を破壊した奴が命がけでコニーを助けたりなんてな。自分が矛盾したことやってんのに無自覚だった。
Yeah, yeah.
なんでそんなことになったのか知らんが、おそらく本来は壁の破壊を目的とする戦士だったが、兵士を演じて生活するうちにどちらが本来の自分かわからなくなった。いや、もしくは罪の意識に耐えられず、心の均衡を保つために無意識に自分は壁を守る兵士の一人だと逃避し、
Maybe.
そう思い込むようになったんだ。その結果、心が分裂し、記憶の改ざん、話が噛み合わなくなることが多々あったって様子だな。ベルトルさんの呆れ顔を見るに。すげえな。お前の実直すぎる性格じゃそうなってる。
黙れ。口を閉じろ。
Yeah, take it easy, Ymir.
詮索が過ぎたな。
なあ、ベルトルト。お前だよ、腰巾着野郎。俺は話したよな。お前らの目の前で俺の母さんが食われた時の話を。やめろー！したよな。お前が蹴り破った扉の破片が俺の家に直撃したから母さんは逃げらんなかったんだって。知ってんだろ。話したもんな。どう思った？
They were kids at that point, man.
あの時は気の毒だと思ったよ。お前らは兵士でも戦士でもねえよ。ただの人殺しだ。何の罪もない人たちを大勢殺した大量殺人鬼だ。んなことを分かってんだよ。お前にわざわざ教えてもらわなくてもな。じゃあ一丁前に人らしく悩んだりしてんじゃねえよ。もう人間じゃねえんだぞお前ら。俺は頑張るしかねえ。頑張ってお前らができるだけ苦しんで死ぬように努力するよ。
I don't know, man. I need to know much more about the background, how they got into all of this, just like Annie.
そうじゃねえだろ。頼むぜエレン。そんなガキみたいなこと言ってるようじゃ期待できねえよ。なあ、ライナ。あの猿はなんだ？
Oh shit. Come on, tell me. They look shocked when they saw him.
猿、何のことだ？
知らなかったのか？その割にはあの時のお前ら二人してガキみてえに目を輝かせて見てたよな。
Yeah, I remember that.
なんだ、猿って。
The beast, man.
まあ聞け。
Sasquatch.
その猿って獣の巨人が今回の騒ぎの元凶だよ。壁の中に巨人を発生させたんだ。目的は威力偵察ってところかな。こいつらが目指してんのもそいつのところさ。そいつを目指せばお前らの故郷に帰れるんだろ。
お前知ってんのかよ。何を知ってる？知ってること全部話せ。
待てよ、私にもいろいろ都合があるんだから。
なんだよ都合って。
エレン、あの二人をやっつけて終わりだと思ってんのなら。
Yeah.
そりゃ大きな勘違いだ。
It goes so much deeper, clearly.
敵？そりゃ言っちまえば
ユミル、お前はこの世界に先があると思うのか。そこまで分かってんなら身の振り方考えろ。お前次第ではこっち側に来ることも考えられるだろう。お前の目的はクリスタを守ることだろう。それだけに関して言えば信頼し合えるはずだ。冗談言ってるように見えるかもしれんが、クリスタだけは何とかしたいという思いを俺たちが受け入れられないと思うか。それとも 俺たちよりもエレンの力の方が頼りになるのか。は？俺らについてもお前の身の安全は保証されない。だがクリスタ一人くらいなら俺たちで何とかできるかもしれない。自分のわずかな命かクリスタの未来か選ぶのはお前だ。
はあ。
この世界に先がないっておい言えよ、敵の正体は。ユミル。
Oh no.
さあな。
So look at that, man. Ymir might have changed her stance right at the end there. You know, Eren again freaked out there, and you know he's frustrated and he wants to know who the enemy is, and he demanded to know. But you know, at this point, Ymir had a bit of a cheeky smile, and she said, "Who knows?" And you know, also I do believe that maybe at this point she actually doesn't even know anymore who the enemy is. You know, because now she has a different angle. She's heard from Reiner, and now she heard his proposition and she likes it. And only because there's only one reason, and Reiner knows this and Ymir knows this, and it's her love for Krista. You know, because Reiner knows the only person she cares about other than herself is Krista. So he used that angle. You know, I don't think Reiner's bullshitting though. He knows that Historia is someone important. You know, Pastor Nick confirmed it that indeed she is an important person in the family of the church, right? You know, regardless of her being illegitimate and being a bastard, she still has that bloodline, that lineage. She's of that family. Okay, so on to the episode. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot because a lot of new information came out. A lot of exciting new information came out of that. And I love the engaging dialogue in this because sometimes in these kind of situations, the characters kind of take a backseat. You know, there's a lot of info dump in this, you know, exposition. And sometimes the characters are just used to get that out. But no, not here, man. I loved how engaging it was because all four of them have this unique situation. You know, right now all of them have their unique take on things, and they're thinking of their next steps. They're thinking of their goal, and you know, reassessing their goal perhaps, and you know, rethinking of the path they might have to take to get to that goal. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how it was executed, this info dump, the exposition in this episode. And a lot of this episode is focused on Reiner and his condition. So right at the beginning, I get a glimpse of this rescue team, the Legion of Scouts, going in to get Eren back, right? And the commander himself is taking charge in this asset recovery mission because he knows how important Eren is to humanity, right? Just like Pixis in season 1. You know, he made it clear that this is, perhaps the final chance for humanity. Like this, having Eren and this ability is the final chance they have. Okay, so off the back of that confirmation from Hannes about, you know, there being no hole, indeed Hanji did start thinking of different possibilities, and it looks like she has a hunch, and it looks like she's on the right track. You know, it's clear that she's thinking the same thing now. She wants to go back to that town, but of course, she's not, you know, in the condition to go, so her trusty sidekick, the ever-present Moblet, offers to go instead. So it looks like they might figure it out soon, and that's exciting because that opens up a different, you know, outlook on things. Once they find out that these are humans that turn into Titans, that opens a totally different door, right? So excited to see that and how that plays out. Okay, on to the most exciting part of the episode, for me at least. Reiner, Bertolt, Ymir, and Eren in that forest. Oh my god, so much information. So much new and exciting information came out of this. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. So this might end up being a long one. So first I'm going to talk about the Titan shifting ability. There's clearly, you know, I got some rules this time. There's clearly some limits to this, you know, and I like that. Once your body reaches that limit, it hinders your ability to shift into Titan until it's adequately recovered, right? And in this case, it's reached like the limit because there are substantial injuries, right? Eren's missing his arms. Reiner said he accidentally kind of, you know, chomped him off. And Ymir is missing a foot and her hand, so that's substantial, right? And I believe Bertolt or Reiner, one of them, confirmed that basically your body is taking everything it has just to, you know, regenerate. So at this moment in time, they can't just shift into Titan. And, you know, Eren tried. He tried, of course, but it didn't, it didn't happen. So I like that. I like that there are limits to this. And on top of that, there isn't much rest going on here. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, especially Reiner and his condition. That's one of the main aspects of this episode. His condition plays a part again. And, the fact that none of them have had much rest. If you look at it from a different perspective, say a medical perspective, this serum is quite remarkable, right? It immediately starts to heal injuries. It begins the moment the body gets damaged, right? And not just any injuries, man, like substantial injuries, like loss of limbs. So from a medical perspective, this is groundbreaking, right? Perhaps it can cure disease, illness. That reminds me of Grisha, Eren's father. He's a doctor, right? Perhaps he was studying this serum. Perhaps he had a hand in making this serum and perfecting it. It could actually be used for a lot of good. But there is another component to this serum, the Titan shifting ability, and that's by design. These are not the mindless Titans, right? The strange and unique bodies. These are fine-tuned results, and this fine-tuned serum, right? And the abilities are given to hand-picked personnel, and in this case, child soldiers, to carry out these missions. But see, the Beast Titan, that's something else, because he doesn't feel like this fine-tuned, engineered Titan. That Titan body, it doesn't look like a fine-tuned, engineered look, that it has a much more natural look about it. That raises the questions about the Titan shifter inside the Beast Titan, because it doesn't look like they have the same serum as, say, Reiner, Annie, and Bertolt, because the results are really different, right? So maybe this person has had this ability for a long time. Again, I mentioned in episode 1 in my discussion that, this kind of feels like an OG Titan, someone who's had this ability for a long time, long before any of the fine-tuned stuff. Now, let me transition to Ymir, okay, and her look. She is a shifter, right? That's for sure. But her look, it doesn't seem so fine-tuned, right? It doesn't seem like the fine-tuned results of, say, the Armored. She looks like any other Titan, any other unique Titan that's just out there. But the interesting thing here is that she has the Titan shifting ability. So there is something unique about it, and I hope I get to find out how she became a Titan, right? That's the big question here. Actually, Ymir basically said it herself in this episode that she doesn't really know the specifics of it. Like, she's pretty clueless about it. So that means that she didn't make a conscious decision to have this ability, or say yes to having this ability, but she figured out how to make use of it, how to, shift back and forth. But yeah, anytime I see Ymir, more questions come out of it, so, I really do need a backstory for Ymir. And speaking of Ymir, I really liked her calm and calculated approach to this. She really hears things out before, making a decision or jumping to conclusions. So I like that. I like her approach. She needs a lot of info before she takes a definitive stance on anything. And in this episode, she even tried to get Eren to take a different approach. She told him that there's nothing to gain from acting up. And I think she even tried to help Eren out in this episode because she kind of looked out for him. She knows, she's from the 104th. She knows about his personality. She knows about the whole suicidal maniac and that he acts first, thinks later. So, she tried to calm him down. She tried to make him understand the situation they're in. They're in this forest, and him turning into Titan's not really going to do much at this point. And even later on, Eren kind of annoyed Ymir, and she thought it was actually quite silly, I believe she called it childish crap, and she said that, I have no hope for you if you keep saying things like that. So I like her temperament. This basically happened after Eren, makes his stance definitive, man. He thinks they murdered all those people, and that they're not even human anymore. And he decides that he's going to make them suffer and then give them this brutal death. And he looks quite psychotic as he's saying this, right? And this isn't the first time I've seen this. I've seen that a few times. Going back to season 1, around the time he first became the Titan, right? And he's stomping on that bearded Titan after emerging from the bearded Titan. He's stomping on him, right? And he's stomping on him and he said, I'll exterminate you all, or I'll kill you all, right? And as he's saying that, it transitions to a scene of him standing beside Armin, and he's just like in this trance, right? And he's like, I'll kill you all. And Armin's just looking at him like, whoa, bro, you okay? Like, and then he kind of snaps out of it. And then I saw this a few times against Annie. In that first fight in the forest, he's on top of her, and like I don't know, he starts going into this trance again, right? And he's like shaking. It's like almost like a seizure. You know, every now and then he kind of goes into that dark place, right? And it's kind of like a trance, and it looked like he's having a seizure, but you know, he'll almost like he's possessed, right? And then he'll say things like, "I'll exterminate you all, I'll kill you." And then the next time he fought Annie, you know, in the finale of season 1, he's like, "I'll eat you all and I'll kill you." Again, more of the same, right? That trance. So more of the same here. He's got that psychotic look. Let's talk about Reiner, man. Okay, first of all, it looks like that he had a hand in Marco's death. You know, the flashback is in first person, and he's got Marco's arm, right? And in that next shot, they show me Bertolt and Annie is just absolutely just shocked here, and she's really, you know, upset. You can see that, and even Bertolt looked kind of rattled there, right? That reminds me, in season 1, Annie, there's a shot of Annie just absolutely, you know, you see in her face, she is just rattled. So that might have been the same situation playing out after Marco died. So maybe that's why she was so upset. So it looks like they might have made the choice to get Marco's gear, and in order to do that, they had to kill him, or at least Reiner had to do it. You know, and then Reiner kind of flips into the soldier persona after doing that. So let's stay on Reiner in this condition, man. It really comes into play again in this episode, and it really starts to confuse Ymir and Eren. You know, he starts speaking of a promotion, and you know, at first I was like, whoa, is he speaking of like promotion back in his hometown and like, you know, all that? But no, you know, it became clear that he's speaking of he's in his soldier persona right now, and he's talking about getting a promotion here. Man, and you can see how confused Ymir and Eren are at this point. Eren's just looking at him and just like, this fucker, right? Eren's just like absolutely pissed, right? And again, this is also being used to tell us, you know, the audience, the things he's kind of gone through, right? You know, basically over the last 24 hours, no food, no sleep, nothing to drink, you know, so all of these things kind of played into that, you know, breakdown he had, and he's still kind of struggling with. And Ymir basically spells this out, right? It's a coping mechanism. He clearly struggles with the consequences of his actions, right? And you can see that she understands all of this. You know, unable to bear the magnitude of his sins, he convinced himself that he's a soldier and that he's doing the opposite. So, yeah, man, powerful stuff. Really grounds it in realism, you know. And to me, all of this shows that, of course, you know, this affected him, man. No one's fine just doing that. Staying on Ymir, she asked that question, man. The real question, what's the deal with the monkey? Okay. So, see, the exciting part here is that the term monkey, it caused a lot of confusion all around. Now, it seemed like Reiner had no clue what she's talking about. Now, does that mean that he just didn't understand the term monkey, right? Or he just doesn't remember that at all because he was in the soldier persona at the time, at Utgard Castle, right? Now, Eren most definitely did not understand this term, monkey. It was completely foreign to him. It's becoming so clear that Ymir is not from here. Something as simple as the term monkey, that's foreign to Eren and even Reiner from the looks of it. But she, you know, to her it's just a normal thing. Going back to episode 4, the can of herring, she could read the language on it. And you know, it wasn't surprising to her that it's a can of herring. So it's clear that she's not from here, right? And that also kind of goes to show you that there is a much bigger thing going on out there, man. It's possible that in season 3, maybe season 4, I'm not sure how much they can actually do, I might see a totally brand new thing going on, like outside, right? So that's exciting, man. That's exciting because all the people in here, people like Eren, and a lot of the people in, you know, in Maria, Rose, and Sina, you know, they're in the dark, man. They're in the dark about a lot of things. So Ymir isn't. Ymir is from somewhere else, man. So all of this is really exciting. I hope down the line I get to see so much more of all of this because the hints are there. The hints are there that there's a big world out there, man. And Ymir also confirmed one of my theories that indeed it is the Beast Titan who is responsible for turning all of them into Titans from, you know, Connie's town. Now, it's not really specified how he did it. I doubt he's injecting them individually one by one. That would take a long time, right? It feels like it might be a special ability unique just to this Titan, right? And once again, those piercing yellow eyes, man, they made a point of highlighting those eyes again. So it's not something I'm gonna forget. And Ymir believes that maybe Reiner and Bertolt are trying to get to this Beast Titan. So it's starting to feel like the Titan shifter in the Beast Titan might be like a high-ranking official, like a general. And you know, the interesting thing here is that Ymir is really confident about this, that it is the Beast Titan responsible for turning those people into Titans. And it looks like Reiner also might have put together a few things about Ymir, because at one point in the episode, Reiner becomes really cryptic. You know, he's trying to kind of like tippy-toe. So Ymir kind of understands what he's trying to say. You know, Eren's basically the audience in this, right? In this situation, because they're being cryptic, and you can see that Eren's confused. You know, and going back to episode 4, and Reiner finding out that Ymir can read that language, it seems like he's able to put a few things together now, right? And he'll say things like, "You should know all about it," right? And this is in relation to her saying that, oh, the Titans in Utgard Castle, they had no problem being up at night. But then he said, those are different. You should know all about it. So, you know, it's clear that he knows a few things about Ymir now. And, you know, that brings me right back to the ending. And Ymir perhaps changed her stance on things, right? She's looking at it from a different angle now. You know, maybe she's thinking of a few different things, and the main thing being Historia. That was a fantastic episode, man. So much came out of that. I really, you know, this is the aspect of the show I really enjoy. And I'm not putting down the action aspect. You know, the action aspect is really fantastic. You know, it's enjoyable. You know, it's not like I see the action aspect and I'm all like, no, I really enjoy these kind of episodes because they start giving you like small pieces of the puzzle so you can figure out the bigger picture. Okay, so if you enjoyed that, please smash that thumbs up. It takes a split second and it really helps. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys thought. Huge thank you to all the amazing patrons. Thank you for sticking around. Much respect. And I hope you're enjoying the early access stuff and the full-length reactions. Super happy I can share those. And it's going to continue for the next anime. You know, full-length reactions and early access, so a reminder to anyone else. And in doing so, you'll be supporting me. Perhaps I can turn this into something big, something long-term. But yeah, check it out. And yeah, man, that's about it. So that's episodes 8 and 9 off the list. I've got 3 more to do today. I'll probably take a bit of a break and I'll jump back into episode 10. But yeah, man, thanks for checking that out. Take it easy.